Do they work? Who do they work for?
It's not that's the reason I'm here. I actually just call myself a humble tech support here because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, that is almost a literal description of the work that the DOGE team is doing.
Elon, let the cabinet speak just for a second. Anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, we'll throw him out of here. Anybody unhappy?
Now let's turn to the US, where Elon Musk had his first cabinet meeting. Musk is the world's richest man. He's the CEO of multi-billion-dollar companies like Tesla and Starlink. What he isn't is a US government cabinet member. But despite this little technicality, there he was, part of a cabinet meeting at the behest of US President Donald Trump himself.
So I'm going to ask if it's possible to have Elon get up first and talk about DOGE, because it seems to be of great interest to everyone. I will say that there is a large group of people in this country that have such admiration for what we're doing. I got elected with a tremendous vote.
Let's discount the exaggeration and look at how things stand today. Yesterday we told you about a resistance that is brewing, a rebellion of sorts against Elon Musk and the seemingly unchecked power that he wields. We told you how he sent a ridiculous email last week and how some of Trump's officials told their staff to ignore it. People like FBI Director Kash Patel and the US Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Trump was asked about this defiance, and this is what he did.
Anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, we'll throw him out of here. Is anybody unhappy?
So either there is no resistance or that laughter was forced. And the US cabinet members have no choice but to let Musk overrule them. We'll probably see how that plays out soon enough. Anyway, let's look at what Musk said to them.
Thank you, Mr. President. I actually just call myself a humble tech support here because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, that is almost a literal description of the work that the DOGE team is doing, is helping fix the government computer systems. Many of these systems are extremely old. They don't communicate. There are a lot of mistakes in the systems. The software doesn't work. So we are actually tech support. It's ironic that it's true. That's the reason I'm here, and taking a lot of flak and getting a lot of death threats. By the way, I mean I'm like stack them up, you know. But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt. That's why it has to be done.
Musk says he's getting flak and death threats, even though he and his team are just tech support. That's the term he used, tech support. Nothing justifies death threats, of course. But the flak and anger are understandable. Imagine if your IT guy was accessing confidential systems without permission, going through your sensitive data, telling you to fire people, or actually threatening your staff himself with absurd emails asking them to write down what they did last week. What would you do if your tech support guy did all of this? You'd probably fire him instead and have him lovingly escorted out by security. But can the US cabinet members actually do that to Elon Musk? Of course not. Not while he has Trump's full backing. And Elon Musk knows this. So he's going ahead with his overreach, threatening US government employees with a second ridiculous email.
I think that email perhaps was best interpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse? Do you have a pulse and 2 neurons? So if you have a pulse and 2 neurons, you can reply to an email.
He calls it a pulse check, a way to make sure that government employees actually exist. If they don't reply, it will be assumed that they don't exist. So they could get fired. Trump himself has backed this measure.
We're cutting down government. We're cutting down the size of government. We have to. We're bloated. we're sloppy. We have a lot of people that aren't doing their job. We have a lot of people that don't exist.
So Musk has Trump's blessing to conduct this so-called pulse check. This sounds like a job for HR, not tech support, but apparently Trump doesn't care who does it, so Musk gets to run around with his proverbial chainsaw. We've already seen that he doesn't know how to wield it. How his DOGE office keeps fudging numbers and announcing imaginary savings. Again, what would you do if your IT guy regularly fudged reports and then said things like this?
Also, we will make mistakes. We won't be perfect. But when we make a mistake, we'll fix it very quickly. So, for example, with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption.
Of course, there was an interruption. According to officials who actually work on Ebola prevention, they say the initiative has been gutted, but it's Elon Musk's word against theirs. And we know who Trump is listening to, so expect more mistakes, more imaginary savings and more chaos, because Trump's real cabinet has been cowed and Musk's chainsaw is out of control.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.